All right, fellow guitar players. Um, I just wanted to make a video because I just found a pedal that does something totally different than I've normally experienced. And hopefully, my dog doesn't want to eat my phone. Uh, but my question was, how can because some of these bigger pedal loopers or pedal selectors, they're like this big and they cost like hundreds of dollars, and basically you can put each pedal in there, and so if you're not using it, it just bypasses it, so you can have a better tone. But some of those you can actually select the order of how the pedals go, because if you guys have ever messed with your pedal order or just kind of different pedals and whatnot, the order that you have them in affects how your tones or how your guitar sounds. And so I just wanted to try this. I guess you can unhook and hook up each pedal, the order of your pedals a whole bunch of times to try it. But then once you kind of get it there, if once you got your pedals there, it's kind of inconvenient to have to move them all around, especially if you have them Velcro to like a pedal board or something like that. And so I asked a question on one of the Facebook forums that I'm on, and somebody suggested this pedal, and it's really cheap. I found it on Reverb, the Reverb auction site, for like $35. I think it was just a little bit used, but you can buy them new. I think for like maybe not even $50, like $40 or something. And so the company is called Nose Pedals, and this is called the Pedal Swapper or something like that. That's why it's called Swap. And so they're called nose pedals because it's kind of cute. They got the like it's the nose of this little cartoon guy. And so the way I have it set up, and already seen my tone change a lot, especially for what I'm trying to do right now, is the order of the compressor. This is the Wampler Ego compressor. Sorry, I've got like all my pedals, just kind of. I'm planning to put them on a board very soon. So the way that it works is that you can put a whole, a number of pedals all in order, and then have that be one of the loops. And so I've got a few other overdrive pedals. I've got the Prince of Tone, which is kind of the smaller King of Tone, and I've got a Blues Driver, and then even the equalizers in the loop. So anyways, so I got the Tumnus, which is kind of like a clon. It's like just a little boost thing. So I got overdrive, I've got one. This overdrive, this is a fuzz, the Wampler Velvet Fuzz. I got the Prince of Tone, the Blues Driver, and then the equalizer. And so the way it works is that my compressor can either go here. I can select it to go, so it's actually kind of cool. It's like when the light's over here, it means the compressor is right here in this position in the pedal order. And so it goes compressor, and then my overdrive. And so that makes a totally different sound than if you have the compressor here at the end of the overdrives. And I'll show you what that sounds like. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. I've got a Fender Bandmaster. I don't have an extra mic, so maybe I'll set it over here so you can kind of hear the difference and still see where I'm at with the. I'll just tell you where I'm at with the pedals. And so, anyways, here's what it sounds like with the compressor before the fuzz. So I've got the Tumnus and the fuzz. I'm just boosting the fuzz a little bit. Okay. And then here's what it sounds like after the fuzz. And so that's just kind of like just chords. And so here's what it sounds like. The sustain is really different. If you have it before your overdrive, your dirt, whatever you want to call it. I'm just playing the fuzz. Here's what it does. And here's what it sounds like with the compressor after. So as you can hear, a lot more sustain when the compressor is before the overdrives. You know, you can logically, you know, it makes sense that it would do this because you're compressing the guitar and making it sustain. You know, that's one of the things the compressor does, sustain before you hit the overdrive, which overdrives even make it sustain as well. And then if you put the compressor after the overdrives, it's compressing the overdrive signal, so it's not as full, you know, because the overdrives make it liven up and get big, but then the compressor kind of squashes it down. And so if you've got the compressor before the overdrives, you're squashing it to make it kind of like, you know, like all the peaks and everything to kind of sustain and what a compressor does. But then it hits the overdrives and then it builds and it blows it up, you know, with the signal and the distortion and everything. And so you can do that with all different kinds of pedals, you know, like this is the Strymon delay. But if you, I heard that Eddie Van Halen put his delay before his overdrives, which is kind of unusual, but it makes it sound different. Actually, I watched a video by Pete Thorne where he did that, and he showed the difference. The way that the delay reacts and how it trails off is a lot different if you put it before your delays. And so you could do that as well. And so it just lets you just put one pedal in a different position in your pedal chain. But you could, and so you can make as many pedals on the other. So basically, you can just take two pedals and just swap them. You know, you could just do one if you want. You could take this chorus and you could do the ego. You could do a compressor. And so you could either make the chorus go here, and you could compress it first, and then go through the chorus, or you could do the chorus and then compress. But you can also do multiple pedals, like what I was doing. I basically have all my overdrives, you know, here, and so I basically put the compressor, like I was saying, before all the overdrives, or I put it after all the overdrives. And so you could do it. You could actually, you could put it anywhere you want. Basically, just one pedal, or you could even have two pedals. I guess it's just you just have to have like one chain of pedals and then one chain of pedals, and you can just swap those around. You can't swap more than one loop of pedals. And so I hope that all made sense. It's kind of complicated, and it does take a few more cables, as you can see on the pedal swapper here. You know, you got to have 6 cables, I guess, total, because you got to go in and out of one pedal, in and out of another pedal or chain, and then you have to do the actual signal, which here's my guitar, and then here it goes out to my the rest of my pedals after the chain of overdrives. So yeah, I hope that made sense. If you have any more questions, you can let me know. I did learn a little bit about it, but I don't know everything. I had to kind of figure out, because I don't really know send and receive. You know, like, why don't they just say in and out? You know, I guess. But I got it backwards at first, and thankfully it's not an electronic or a power thing where I would blow up a pedal or something. But I didn't make any noise at the beginning when I first plugged them in. So yeah, pretty cool thing. Nose Pedals is the company, and the pedal swapper is what I've got. Cool.